Hi, I've got a gorgeous card here using some of my new Gemini dies, and we are going to show you how to do a really nice illusion trick called a floating sentiment too. The dies we'll be using in today's card, as well as the embossing folder, are from our new textures range. We have our linen. This is a nice linen look crisscross kind of folder, and it's a new size. It's 8 inches by 8 inches, okay? So it's really nice to use. From our Portuguese collection, we're going to be using the Lisbon to create our frame. This is the Pyxis out of the Gemini die collection. It's really nice. It's got a really pretty curve to it. And our expression for today that we're using is the Just a Note die. I'm going to do a little bit of embellishing with the finishing touches Charming Hearts Corner. And the flowers are coming from the Camellia Complete Petal. And right in the background of our frame, we're going to be using the Canadian collection background. A lot of dies, a lot going on with today's card. So I've actually pre-done a little bit of it just to kind of help speed through it. So I went ahead and cut the edge of a piece of gloss white card, and I did the embossing using the linen folder, so you can see that. Now what I wanted to do, because I've used some GLOSCARD there, is just create a little bit of a kind of a distressed look by sanding it back lightly. Now this may be difficult to see on camera, but when you give this to your recipient, they can see the difference in the textures between the gloss white and where you've sanded it back a little bit. You'll get more or less of like a tone-on-tone look from it. So I'm just going to go lightly. Just take a little bit of that top gloss off of those lines. There we go. You can see a little bit of dust going there, but it's quite pretty, so it kind of even brings up that little linen look to it. All right, so I can go ahead and then put that down on my base. Now I've gone ahead and cut all the Charming Hearts corners and just put them down with a little bit of spray adhesive, and they'll kind of fill in where that curved Gemini die is. So put this down first, and let me just lean in and center that right between top and bottom. That looks pretty good there. So you can see how nice that just fills in that little bit of a gap up in the corners from where the curve is. So next thing is I have cut my Lisbon die, and I've done a little tone-on-tone here with the white. So I've cut the decorative edge, and then I've backed it and cut a frame. Now what you probably can't see is there's a bit of acetate there. So I've just put a piece of acetate on it before I've added my mounting foam. So it's completely clear, and that's what we'll use to put our sentiment on, so it'll appear like it's floating ahead. The Canadian background, I've gone ahead and cut it, popped out all the little bits, and we're going to use this as a background behind our frame. So let me just peel off the backing on the mounting foam all the way around. This is always the hard work. And I just love the way it raises up so you get that real pretty dimension on your card. And a couple more here. So I'm just going to center this, and we'll nip away the extra bits. Top and bottom. That looks pretty nice. There we go. And scissors. Walk this around, and if you're careful, you could even probably use these in corners of your card if you wanted to save it. Let's just cut that like that. There we go. And one more. Remember to keep your scissors nice and angled so you don't cut into your frame. And just check it, make sure you have nothing that's going to show from the front there, and I think we're okay. You can see how pretty that comes out already, and you've got that nice acetate there. So I'm going to go ahead and seek that into the center of my card, and let's just use a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue around the edge. I think that's probably going to be our safest bet for this one. I'll put it right where the mounting foam is behind it so it won't show. Go. And we'll get that on the center and ready to put our Gemini die around. That should work pretty well. Now I've gone ahead and cut one of them, so I think I'll just put this into place, and then we'll cut the other one and show you how it looks. So again, I've done some zigzag mounting foam all along the back of this. Peel off the pieces here. We'll pop that in place. In fact, let's put this one down here and make sure we've got our edging right. That could probably move a little bit up. There we go, before that seals in. Okay, so set that aside. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one. This is our Pyxis, and it's a larger die. It's longer, and it's really nice and easy to use. So we're just going to line up our bits with it. Put that one in there. And the Gemini dies have the two separate cutting edges to them. So you just want to get them into place. Put some tape down. Take another one up here. Put it into place, and then the other cutting die like this. Now these edges will need to have a little bit of a nip with your scissors once it's cut, just to create that actual cutout area there, but very simple to do. That should work. Bring out our cutting plates, pop that down, and let's run that through our grand caliper. I think I'll emboss that. See if it needs another pass. Nope, really nice. Move that over to our embossing mat and plate. There we go. Run it back through. There's some beautiful embossed areas on this die too, so just taking a few minutes to do that extra step really does add a lot to your card. So now I'm going to go ahead and remove the tape. And like I said, I'll need to nip them apart with the scissors. Oop, can't get a hold of that. There we go. And let's do this side. Okay. Put that back onto your magnetic sheet so you don't lose any of your little pieces. And that should be about right. And I think I'll just give it a quick run with the tool-in one before I remove it, and that should take out most of the little bits. There we go. And like I said, just a nip here and a nip here. Very, very easy. Okay. So you can see how pretty and easy that is to cut. So you can use this in so many different ways, but I do like being able to have it cut out and you can mount it up. So I've gone ahead and done the base piece just using the outside cutting edges out of this custard yellow. And I think what I'll do is use a little bit of my spray glue and just spray the back of this. And we'll do a quick mount. Get that corner. There we go. Pop it into place. Hold that right there. Move that one down. Get it all nice lined up. Give it a good push. So it's all in place. Let me just clean those off. And we'll put this piece on down below here. Same mounting foam on the back so it mirrors the top half. Just in little zigzag pieces. And should go on there really nicely. Let's just tip that right under there. Okay, so now we've got the base of our card completed. So we're just going to go ahead and cut the sentiment, and I'll show you what we're going to do. I've got the just a note. I'm going to do one more little cut with it with the piece of coconut white card. Run this through. One of the things I love doing with the sentiments is to stack them. So you get a little bit of dimension that way. Let's pop that in and emboss it as well. Just brings out all the detail. There. Okay. And tooling one, take out the little pieces, and we will carefully remove that. And stick it there. There we go. It's very, very fine. Yeah. So So you can see how pretty that is. Isn't that lovely? Okay, now let me find my original. It's hiding here. There we go. So what I've done is I've already cut one of the Just a Notes in white and one in the matching custard yellow. And you can see I've just done a really soft offset so it becomes a shadow. So that's already done. I'm going to give this one a quick spray with my adhesive. Turn it and get the other side. And so we'll add it on to the top of this one and really give it a little bit more dimension. And I'm just going to line this one up directly with the white one. You can still see the shadow really nicely. But it becomes a little firmer too, but it does raise it for dimension. And then I'm going to spray the back of it with the custard and we'll put it into place. There we go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Give that just a second to get tacky. I'm going to move some of my bits out of the way here. And then bring our card back. There we go. And pop that right into place. The center there. Give it a second to adhere. And then I've done some flowers with the Camellia, just in different small little sizes, and put some pearls into the center. So I think I will just add these with a little bit of Cosmic Shimmer glue kind of around the top and bottom corners there. It's nice, this set has some little teeny flowers, so they're not overwhelming. They just add a little bit extra to your card. And sometimes that's all you need. A little bit of a pull up on the petals there, and it creates a little more dimension. Pop that one down there. And some really tiny ones up here in the corner. How about a couple of these? There's one there and one here. Get a hold of that. I'll just even set that inside of there so it'll look like it's floating too. Give those a second to adhere, and there you have it. I just love the way that that looks. And then your recipient will have to really look at that to see how did you raise that sentiment up and make it float. But I think that's beautiful, and you can change the colors to suit, do any kind of design there you like, and these Gemini dies give you so much flexibility. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's video and you look for us again on our Creative Expressions YouTube channel.